Good morning, Alex here from AJG Artworks. I'm just going to show you a painting that I started this morning. This is a commission, excuse my shadow, of a landscape in Monmouthshire, which is rather nice because I know that neck of the woods quite well. So that's it so far. This is the guide that I've been given. So basically it was an early morning picture, and on here is where all the mist is rising and burning off as the sun comes up. So I've just done obviously a black and white copy of this, and the customer wanted some greens and golds in this painting. So I'm hopefully, I've put a little extra colour in there, but I hope she won't mind that. But she knows my work quite well. So so from left to right, I've just blocked in colour straight from the tube. There's all my tubes of acrylics that I've used. I haven't used these yet, so but they will probably come a little bit early, a bit later on. So there is the gold, and probably won't use the yellow, to be honest. I've used pure pink, which is like an opaque. It's quite a high vis pink. I've got quite a kind of pale blue for the sky and parts of the landscape within the whole composition, and some greens, but I haven't even used those because I've kind of mixed those two together to create the greeny kind of colour that she wanted. So I've done very subtle colours because I got to try and visualize a beautiful sunrise coming up. So it's all going to be quite misty and quite sort of pale colours, but there's a little zing in there, you can see. That's from the green, which is kind of reflected. It's like a little metallic kind of paint to use, which is rather nice. And then up here I've just used some very kind of muted colours, all the same kind of palette mixed together, to create the hillside. And then obviously as it comes towards here on your foreground, obviously this will be darker. Okay, so lights in first, guys, otherwise you're in trouble to start with too many darks. It's quite difficult. Well, not too bad with acrylics, but you kind of think you lose that kind of sort of atmosphere if you put in too many darks too soon. This little section here, excuse the shadow again, is where some of the mist is lifting, and all I'm using is a natural sponge because it's got all those lovely little textures that you can use, and all I've done is dabbed that into a little bit of white. I don't want to put too much in there because I don't know, white's good for certain things, but I kind of like to feel you lose your transparency with that. So yeah, so little touches like that, and all you do is basically get a bit of paint. I'll do a bit now, and I'm just dabbing that on. So I've got a bit of paint on there, and then you just dab that on a bit you want to highlight, which is all the mist is all going down that way. If it's too sort of bitty and you want to merge that in, you can easily use your finger, which is nice. Or what I tend to do is get a dry brush, and you can blend that in by flicking it, and that moves the paint round a little bit, not too much. So obviously if that was a wet brush that would go everywhere. So yeah, there's a couple of little techniques that you can use to do for blending. And yeah, so that's it so far. I'm quite pleased with the colours. I really like the colours actually. So from right to left, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There you go. So that's it so far. I'm going to step away from that and then go and have a cup of coffee and then come back. And then obviously you can see this area here. I want to leave that quite plain because what I'm going to do is put some trees over the front of that. So that's going to be a lot darker. So there's going to be a tree there, some trees coming down this side, and obviously according to the photocopy, I've got some bushes to go along here, which I've just indicated with colour, which runs all the way from one side of the canvas to the other. So yeah, that's it so far, and I will carry on doing this a little bit more today and tomorrow. Have a great Saturday, guys. Talk to you soon. Cheers, bye.